Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do our March the 18th just for today in a meditation. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're doing well, getting to where you're going and all. Today's meditation title is the full message. There is a special feeling for addicts when they discover that there are other people who share their difficulties, past and present. That comes from our basic text pages 55 through 56. The wealth of our recovery is too good to keep to ourselves. Some of us believe that when we talk in meetings, we should remember the newcomer and always try to carry a positive message. But sometimes the most positive message we can carry is that we are going through difficult times in our recovery and our staying clean in spite of them. Yes, it's gratifying to send out a strong message of hope to our newer members. After all, no one likes a whiner, but distressing things happen, and life on life's terms can send shock waves, even through the recovery of longtime members of Narcotics Anonymous. If we are equipped with the tools of the program, we can walk through such turmoil and stay clean to tell the tale. Recovery doesn't happen all at once. It is an ongoing process, sometimes a struggle. When we dilute the fullness of our message by neglecting to share about the tough times we may walk through on our journey, we fail to allow newcomers the chance to see that they, too, can stay clean no matter what. If we share the full message of our recovery, we may not know who benefits, but we can be sure someone will. Just for today, I will honestly share both the good times and the difficult times of my recovery. I will remember that my experience in walking through adversity may benefit another member. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please, and thank you. The full message. So we're talking about the full message, and we're talking about this discussion sometimes that happens among members about where an old timer should be in their recovery, or where someone should be by now in their recovery. And it really kind of embraces that judgmental mentality that I know what a person needs to be sharing about. And I know that they should be past that right now. And I know that there's no way they should have 10 years clean and still be stuck on this. I know that there's no way that they should have 30 years, decades clean and find it necessary to share this or share that. And how is that affecting the newcomer? And remember, the newcomer is the most important person at any meeting. So, of course, our shares should always reflect that. Okay, so what is that, right? Reflect that. Reflect that we are good at camouflaging when we're going through pain, and that we still come to meetings and don't share honestly. Let's think about it. Let's talk about that, because I think that it's imperative that the newcomer hears the full message, right? And what's the message? That any addict can stop using, lose the desire to use, and what? Find a new way to live. Okay, so how do they hear that if the only thing people ever share about is the gravy, the good tasting stuff about recovery? And I really don't know people that can manage that. I know it sounds like a good idea, but even those people that have thought that way or talked that way end up going into great detail sometimes about the circumstances that they're going through. And I just believe if you're going to put the circumstance out there, bring at least what you think the solution is. What step do you think you're on in this situation? So it's not sharing the problem. I don't think that's an issue at all. I think that sometimes we stay away from sharing it because of ego. But that's not the full message of recovery. The full message is going through a loss clean, right? I mean, that's actually what we're talking about, right? That any addict can stop using, lose the desire to use, and find a new way to live. So we're talking about staying clean no matter what and being able to share honestly what we're passing through and what we're doing to make that message come alive for us. And when we do that, when we honestly share both the good times and the difficult times of our recovery, your experience, my experience, and walking through adversity, it might actually benefit someone else besides ourselves. That's the whole intent of sharing it, right? Our gratitude speaks when we care, when we share what? The NA way, which is that I give you my experience, strength, and hope to the best of my ability. And some of those experiences are always positive. Hopefully by now, I've developed the ability to know the difference between someone who is whining all the time, nothing is ever right. And the reason why it's never right is because they really haven't applied the spiritual principles of the program compared to someone who is passing through a difficult time and they need to share that until they're done, until they get through it on the other side, hopefully clean. And if they do relapse, hopefully they get back to us before they go beyond recall, right? So today we want to be compassionate with ourselves and with others. And we don't want to short change the newcomer. We want to make sure that they're getting the full message. And I'm not saying everyone out there, all 560 some of us, right? I'm not saying let's run out and make sure we make a meeting, share the most horrible thing we're going through. If it's a problem and it's affecting your recovery, your peace, share it. But if that's not your reality, share the beauty, share how good it is right now. Someone may need to hear that. They may have remembered the last time you were crying and boo-hooing at the meeting. And they might just be showing up and seeing you for the first time since you passed through that storm. And to hear you share that I made it through that storm would be wonderful for them. I just believe that there's only a couple standards that would apply when sharing that would make it right or wrong. When I'm sharing with a vendetta and I'm intentionally trying to target someone else in the meeting, low key through my share, I think that's wrong, right? And when I share in a way that is crosstalk, I think that's wrong. But beyond that, I can't think of anything that really bothers me when it comes to sharing. Um, and not even those people that hog the clock. They disturb me a little bit, but in general, I just feel like if someone else wanted to share, they should have gotten in to share. Um, and it's the secretary or the chairperson responsibility to manage that time and all of the people that want to share. And so even that, it may bother me a little bit, but it doesn't bother me a whole lot. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you. I want you to be thinking about this topic today on your own. How are you carrying the full message? Have a beautiful day on purpose. I will be talking to you tomorrow.